I can tell right out of the box that your center of gravity is in a different place, okay? So I really liked to, I like to see you, you know, like, what's the word? Down in your thigh, pointing your thigh toward the ground, all of that, that you're in the front of your shirt. Does that make sense? I really like that. And so what we will do as you, and I like the fluidity of the walk here. I like the rhythm. I like the regularity. I like the tempo of the walk. So you want to keep that the same, consistent. And I'm going to just ask you a few questions, okay? Get you thinking while you're walking around there. Are you standing around your horse? Okay, so if I raced him out from underneath you, if you were a pencil drawing, would you stand or would you fall?
Depends which second you ask me.
Right, so when I first asked you, you would have fallen, and you would have fallen backwards,
Yeah,
right?
it comes and goes. I
And
can't.
yeah, and that's fine, and it will. It will. That's fine. But there, you would be standing. So that's super. That's really super. See if I can get you a little bit more on here. All right. So, tell me what you're feeling. Now you would fall backward again, right? So get where you're standing, and when you're standing around him and you like it, tell me and see if in words you can describe to me what you feel.
Well, it's really hard around the walk, but
Sure, because you don't have the momentum to carry you.
So I really, lose it. But I definitely feel like I'm on the balls of my feet when I'm there.
Okay, so you're saying that you feel like you're on the balls of your feet whenever you're standing around him.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, but I just can't say. I can't.
That's fine. So describe to me, Pam, the difference that makes the difference. So when you're not standing around him and then you go to the standing place, what did you change in your body to make that work?
Well, it's like I'm sitting back. It's like I'm sitting down and not sitting up.
Okay, so when it's not working for you, it's like you're sitting down,
Yeah.
and when it is working for you, you're sitting up. I like that. Okay, super. Super description. Okay, so just a couple things to think about as you're doing that is also, is the weight in each stirrup equal? And is the weight in each seat bone equal? Or at least, is it deliberate? Because you really don't, people always say you need more weight on the inside seat bone, you need more weight on the inside seat bone, but it's such a small weight. If you turn your head left, that's all the extra on the inside you need. I mean, turn your head left and feel that.
Yeah.
So it's not much. So you really want to think, is the weight in my stirrups equal? Is the weight in my seat bones equal? Is the height of my shoulders equal? As you're standing, yes, as you're standing around him, that's nicer there. I don't know what you did, but that's nicer. And what I really like, because after riding, with that one person we rode with for a long time, we're both very stiff, and I don't see that stiffness in you today. I see more fluidity in your own body, which is being transferred into Marten's body, which I really like. So at some point, why don't you reverse and go the other way in the walk and let me see if it looks the same? And try to keep him connected in that reverse. So that when you make that transition, you actually are still standing around him. That you're consistent in your body and connection. Sitting.
Tell you that there's a little something going on with my right hip.
Okay. It's a little something going on with your right hip.
I had the chiropractor work on it last time.
Okay.
And it was hurting me a little bit at the beginning of this week. But I can just feel that, I almost feel like I wouldn't be surprised if this leg doesn't look a little shorter than that.
Okay. Okay. So that just comes back, you know, to keep thinking, like, is your weight even? In the stirrups, is your weight even in your seat bones? And I realize physically you may not be able to make that happen. And as it looks to me like you're a little heavier in your left stirrup.
This is not loose.
Got it. Okay.
It might get that way after.
Okay. Yeah, you look a tad heavier in your left stirrup, so that's good to know. All right, so tell me when you feel like he's fluid, connected, and all of that, because you look like you're standing around him now there. So make sure when he's where you want him to be that you're very clear and you give him a bridge signal. You don't have to stop and feed him every time, but just let him know, hey, that's where I want you to be. And I want you to be very cognizant of not pulling back. Remember, the reins are there for communication. He gives you information, you give him information. But we have to be very aware of what we're doing with them. We're not inadvertently using them. I like that. Tell him good boy. So be really cognizant. I know you're really working on yourself, but also to let him know when he does it right. And you want to be careful in that because you need the timing of it to be good. It can't be 3 steps later, right?
It's not as clear to me either in the walk.
Okay. Well, why don't we look at a little trot then? Now, wait before you trot, because as soon as I said trot, you drew your elbows back. So I want you to think, I'm going to keep everything kind of the same. You might need to shorten your reins up a little bit, but you're going to wait until you have that great, I'm standing around him and he's connected in the walk place before you ask him to trot. And then if he does it like he should and he stays together and you stay together, you're going to say, good boy, good, I liked it. Now he's kind of coming apart. You feel it?
Yep.
So, did your body change or did your contact change? Elbows, open and close as you stand and sit. Straighten your arm when you stand or push it toward his head and bend it when you sit. Because that's going to make the contact vary if you don't. I'm going to let you think about that for a minute. I'm going to try to be quiet. Straighten when you stand, bend when you sit. Or push your hand down when you stand, straighten it when you sit. Come on, get those elbows working. Have you made a change in your elbows? Okay, definitely heavier in the left stirrup. I'm just going to give you some feedback and you make changes as you need to. He's very rhythmic. He's very consistent. He's quite fluid. He's a little up and down in the connection. Come on, elbows. Come on, do something. Make a change with those elbows. Just try some stuff. So that you're not pulling by accident. That's it. Come on, straighten when you stand, bend when you sit. Push your hand down when you stand. Straighten. It's not a big movement. That's it. Yes. Good. Now you're leaning a little to the left. Your left shoulder's kind of down. So think of blowing out your left rib cage, like the Michelin Man. Blow out your left rib cage. Stretch your left rib cage so it's longer from your hip bone to your armpit. See if you can do that. Become longer from your hip bone to your armpit. On the left. Blow it out. Lovely. Wow, is that nice? Lovely. Good boy. You feel it?
Yep.
That was super. What was the difference that made the difference? Feed him quick. Good job.